My name is Emily Homer, and this is my horse Bear. I live on Gabriola Island in the Gulf Islands of southwest British Columbia. We moved here just before my second birthday, so I guess you could say I have grown up in a rural area. My parents grew up in the city, and I don't think they really planned on having horses, but they seem to like it, especially my mom.
Good. Don't shorten it just a little lower. That means closer to his neck. That's it. Keep your back nice and straight. Good girl. Okay, when you get up to the top cone, Nicky lead. I want you to shorten up your reins even more. Hands on the neck and 2 point. Okay, and 2 point.
I started riding when I was 7 years old. I started out on small ponies. I liked riding right away. It's so much fun, and I love being around horses. They're beautiful and graceful animals.
Good girl. To trot again, get their rhythm, and then we're going to try the posting. Get the rhythms, each one of them has their own.
Emily and Claris came to me in 1998 and started their lessons then. Right from the very start, it appeared that both of them were very comfortable around horses, even though they hadn't had much experience at all. Emily first started riding on a pony called Bucky, who was a very gentle-mannered pony who was very easygoing and sweet-tempered, and it soon became apparent that Emily was beyond that very quickly. So I switched her to a new pony that we had, who was very inexperienced and who had basically, before I'd got her, had been saddled, a child had been put on their back, and it was kind of pointed behind another horse and said, "Follow that horse." And there was no control. So when I put Emily on her, it was with the fact that she had always shown an affinity with the horses and had what I call quiet hands, which is somebody who doesn't let their feelings go through towards, into the horse through their body. Their hands don't move around at all, so they don't yank on the horse's mouth. And Butterscotch was a real handful, because she would take the bit in her teeth and just go. So to have Emily get on her back, and she was nervous to start off with, but she didn't really show it. And she didn't panic, and she had a pretty cool head, and she, first and foremost, would listen to what was being told to her. So if it didn't come in, intuitively, then I could talk her through anything. And gradually Butterscotch began to settle down and to work for Emily.
I really liked being up at Jenny's, who was my riding instructor. My sister and I would always stay after lessons and help feed and groom, put away the tack and clean up around the barn. I really wanted a horse, but I didn't think my parents would ever buy me one. My favorite horse at Jenny's, before I met Bear of course, was Butterscotch. She was a bit of a handful, but I still loved her because I always felt we had a special relationship. Eventually, I grew out of Butterscotch and moved on to Bear. I started riding Bear when I was 9 years old. At first, I didn't like him very much because he seemed slow compared to Butterscotch. After a couple of lessons, I realized he wasn't slow at all. He was just perfect.
When Emily started to outgrow Butterscotch, I put her on Bear, who is a very sweet-tempered animal and very quiet, but because he's young and inexperienced, could be a handful, and he hadn't been ridden for a long time. Some horses, when they're young and haven't been ridden for a while, are a bit of a handful. They're full of themselves and can push their riders. And I knew that Emily, because she had quiet hands and because she was not vocal and didn't express her fears, if she had any, to the horse, that she would be able to cope with him. And as it turned out, she worked out really, really well with him. She got him going well, and even though he could be a bit of a handful at times, again, because she is firm but quiet, and I can't stress enough about the quiet hands, and good legs, excellent seat, she was a natural for him.
There he goes. Good girl. Just relax. Good. Tell him he's a good boy.
Bear is a quarter horse cross. His color is chestnut and he is a gelding. He is 13.2 hands high, so technically he is a pony. He is now 12 years old. He is very sweet, but he does have a bit of an attitude sometimes. Owning a horse is a big responsibility, but it is all worth it. As you get to know your horse, he will give you back more than you could imagine, and could very easily become your best friend. When you own a horse, you have to make sure he is fed properly, 3 times a day. They need clean, fresh water all the time, and the proper amount of exercise. You need to groom properly and frequently, and the paddock, pasture, and stall have to be mucked out every day. And last but not least, give your horse all of the love and attention you can. Owning a horse is a lot of work, but when you love your horse, it's just part of keeping him healthy and happy. Exercising, grooming, bathing, just spending time with your horse is a lot of fun, and that's most of the work. The mucking, feeding, and medical stuff isn't that much fun, especially if it's raining or when you're feeding in the dark during the winter months. There's English and Western riding. I ride English mostly because that's how I started, and Bear is trained for an English rider. I wouldn't mind learning to ride Western, but right now I'm concentrating on getting better as an English rider. I really like jumping. My dream is to jump in the Olympics. Jumping is probably my favorite part of riding. Working in the ring is fun and challenging. In the ring, you can really concentrate on perfecting your skills and learning new things.